Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kansas City Southern Union Pacific N-scale layout. This is a proposed coal line video that I'm really looking for some input on. What you guys think, what you like, what you don't like. Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that. Hey, you can do it like this. Hey, you can do it like that. This coal line has been talked about on this layout for over a year. And I just been playing around with it and never did it. Probably should have done it back when I was building the layout. It would have probably been a lot easier, but you know how that goes. So anyways, I'm going to give you a tour and show you the angles and etc. And just let me know what you think. No hurry, obviously. So anyhow, the line that you see up here is the rock line. And if you've seen my videos, it goes up to the rock quarry for ballast. So that's what that line is up there for, and it runs all the way around the whole layout. So this area right here being 5 inches high already, I thought was a good start. So if you guys can see that, it's a 5. So what I need to do is I need to come off of there. I was going to run truss bridges across, or these kind of bridges all the way across, so you can still see all that and still see the tunnel. This is just an old bridge system that I had. So anyhow, I'm going to kind of show you how to do this. I didn't want to put anything in here permanently, obviously. So I'm going to have to run from there to that backdrop where you see that ruler, which is 54 inches long. So I have to go up 2 inches from 5 inch to 7 inch. What you see right there on the ruler, see that 7 right there? It's just above the hoppers. To make clearance above the rock line to run trains. So that gives this grade from 5 inches there, try not to go back and forth too fast, to 7 inches where you see that ruler, 2 inches high and 54 inches of running. That gives you a grade of 3.7. Oh boy. So rule of thumb is you never want to try to go over 4%. This line is not going to be very busy. I've run a coal train every now and then, but I just thought it would look cool going across here with bridges. Like they would look like this. So 3.7. A lot of my coal trains are only going to be about 16 cars long. They're not going to be very long. So I'm thinking at least 3 or 4 on the point, or maybe run them 2x2. But, you know, whatever it takes to get up the hump. So anyhow, so you're going to start off here at 5 inches. You're going to go here to 7 inches. And you're going to curve over these tracks and go into the backdrop itself. So here's the other problem. I need to find very small brackets. I mean, you can get 2-inch brackets, but the bottom part is always so long and it just looks kind of dumb. So I'm looking for brackets that are like 2x2. The sub row bed that's going to go on here is going to be no wider than 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches. It's just going to be single track until we get to the different point of the layout, and then I'll show you that. So anyhow, the problem is trying to find short brackets, put the sub road bed on there, put the track on, and we're going to run it all the way down here. We're going to have to move that antenna and lower it, run it across there, and it's going to go all the way down this backdrop. I think I showed you guys this before. We're going to go slow here. So this is all running at the same time. It's going to gain altitude. Once it's on the backdrop over there from 7 inches, I need to go up to 12 inches. So we got to climb another 5 inches to our destination, which we're about halfway there. So it's going to circle back in there. Might look dumb being on top of a mountain. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. Then across here like this. Let me turn my radio off. So anyhow, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this hill or not. So anyhow, it's going to be coming around here, and then there'll be a switch here, and then there'll be a siding that goes the whole length of this wall, which is 14 feet long. And that is to trains can pass each other coming out of the coal loading facility. I will not have a coal mine, but I will have a coal loading facility. There will be a backdrop here, but it will not be attached. I'm going to put risers here in the front because this backdrop has to come out so I can do maintenance on Palco Junction because I can't get to everything from where I'm standing. Don't ask me how I'm going to put switches up in there, but all right, so it's going to go down to that corner down there. All right, we'll take a little ride. Go slow. Check out the layout. It's like the ethanol train was getting ready to leave town here, doing an air test. So here's where the siding would be, and then the switch would end right about in here somewhere. Those two switches will probably be ground throws. I think I'm just going to reach up there or maybe put a little button on the side of the layout. I'm not sure. Curve around here, go above this hill, and then it's going to come out. Now I use cardboard right now because I can't hold the camera and the long piece of plywood at the same time. So it's going to be 12 inches above the yard, so it would kind of look like that. The problem I'm going to have, 12 inches is right there. The problem I'm going to have is if I ever need to do maintenance down in here, I'm not going to be able to move this. I mean, I could, but that'd be a huge pain. So I'm thinking that if I ever had to replace a piece of track or something, I'm really going to have a heck of a time. But anyhow, it's going to come off of there, and then there'll be switches, and then this section will be kind of like this. It's only going to be 12 inches wide. It's not going to be this long. And it's going to go all the way down to about here, which is about 9 feet long. And what I was going to do is I'll have the track come out, put the loader, coal loader towards the end, which will be down here. 3 tracks, 2 tracks in the middle for a runaround, and then maybe 2 other tracks for locomotives. So the empties will come up, pull up in the main, cross back over, grab a loaded train and go. And then the switcher will take the empties and put it underneath the loader. So, and then I would put a little fascia in the front. Now remember, this is going to be probably not even plywood, probably some press board cheap stuff, just so it's very light. Whatever the lightest wood out there is, that's what I need to use, because I'm going to have to put it on brackets on that backdrop, and then I'm going to have to put supports under here. So, and then when they're loaded, they'll go back down that way, and then the same route. So here's the other problem that I'm very nervous about, and this is why I've been putting it off for a long time. Since the backdrop is already up, if I put brackets in here anywhere on the layout and something cracks or this cracks, I have no way of replacing this backdrop. There's no way of taking this out and swapping it out. It's just not going to happen. The screws are on the back side of that, and that's not going to happen. So that's the reason I've been putting it off so long. I'm very nervous about cracking the backdrop. So, and that's another reason why the backdrop that you see on the peninsula, which is this one, the good stuff, expensive, is another reason why this stuff has not been put up yet everywhere else, just because of that coal line. So if you guys can give me your thoughts and any woodworkers out there have any idea how to anchor something pretty good into that fascia board, that stuff is only 1/8 of an inch wide, maybe 1/4 inch at the most. You know, how am I going to anchor that in there all the way around? And I'm going to have to put the track down on the sub row bed and then put it on the anchors and screw it in from underneath, because there's no way once the track is on the backdrop to do track work to it. So I'm going to have to do it in sections, because there's no way you're going to be able to hammer down or push down, because it'll just, the weight is be too much. So any woodworkers out there, or bracket guys, or anybody, and all you model railroaders, you know, what do you think? Do you think it's just going to be too much and change the whole dynamic of the layout and the backdrop the way it is? I know it's going to be kind of funny to see trains above buildings. I really don't like to do that, but I really don't have a choice. So anyhow, if you guys can put in the comments what you think, what the best way is to do this or do that, or how to anchor all that stuff, I would really appreciate it. So anyhow, this is just the proposed. Probably won't start it till summertime if I do it. And of course I got to figure out how to get a switch. Will probably be a number 10, since these coal cars and stuff, trains are might be kind of long. I'm gonna might have to put a block right here so I can put the ground throw. I don't have any way of hiding a tortoise right there. I don't know, I guess I can figure it out. Might be able to get a tortoise under there, put some wires down. Then I got to figure out how I'm going to run track wires to this stuff. I think I'm just going to drill little tiny holes and drop the wire back, so I don't have to run bus wires along this whole thing. All right. Well, whatever you guys think, I would really appreciate it. Like I said, this is going to be a slow moving job. I got way too much other stuff going on. I'm really starting to get a lot of work done on the layout. I have 8 more tortoises to go, and all my track work will be done. So cross your fingers on that. I got corn crops to plant, farm seeds to build. There's my fencing funny guy here. So anyhow, if you guys can help me out, I would appreciate. All right. That's it for now. I was going to release the track cleaning videos next week, but I didn't want to get this one out because I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say. All right. Talk to you guys later. Out.